Welcome to another episode. Welcome to another episode. Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will. I'm your man, Captain Will. Make sure you like, make sure you share, make sure you subscribe to Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will, so I continue to bring you that gospel of Gamecocks every single day. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you are now rocking with the best. And since you're rocking with the best, come rock with your man, Captain Will. We got a good one today, y'all. I said we got a good one today, y'all. The three-time national champions just defeated the Florida Gators by a score of 74-63. I say that we got a good one today, y'all, because I always say we got a good one today, y'all, because we won. The South Carolina women's basketball team is officially 2-0 in SEC play after beating Florida in Gainesville. That's the good news of today. The South Carolina women's basketball team won. The bad news of today, despite us winning, we played like garbage. We did. We played like garbage today. But we won. We won. So in honor of winning this basketball game, because this is the SEC and everybody can play, it's shot o'clock. So whatever your beverage of choice on this afternoon at 16:18 on Sunday, January the 4th, you need to do. Today, doing a shot of Pinot Grigio. That's what we're doing. That's how I feel today. That's how I feel. So we're doing some Pinot. So it could be some orange juice. It could be some ginger ale. You know, every middle-aged household should have some ginger ale. Just saying. It's mandatory. You must have some ginger ale. So some water, some grape juice, whatever it is. It's shot o'clock. So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, cheers. The South Carolina women's basketball team winning yet another basketball game. Let's go. Let's go. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram at Captain with OG. Follow me on Twitter, Gamecocks Talk. Follow me on, of course, YouTube, Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will. And for the folks that are watching me right now, we have 129 people watching me right now. If you have not subscribed to Ballin' with Captain Will, Ballin' Captain Will is my new show, BALLIN with Captain Will, talking all SEC women's basketball. You need to do so. Subscribe to Ballin' with Captain Will. Okay? I did a show talking about LSU losing to Kentucky the other day. Did a show last night talking about previewing Texas versus Ole Miss. I'm going to do a show either tonight or tomorrow afternoon or tomorrow morning talking about something, probably LSU and Vanderbilt. I don't know what I'm going to talk about, but y'all need to subscribe to Ballin' with Captain Will. Make sure y'all put it in the comments. Subscribe to that. Let's talk about this basketball game. This was a game South Carolina should have lost. We should have lost this basketball game. If we were playing a better opponent, we would have lost this game. It's a lot of shoulda, coulda, wouldas. It's a lot of those things, things like that. But South Carolina didn't play well. In no aspect of the game did Carolina play well. I heard the telecast. The announcer's going to say this, that, and the third. And if you watch the pregame show or what I did yesterday previewing this game, I was going to count the number of times these announcers don't talk about turnovers. There was no mention of individual turnovers in this basketball game. There was mention of turnovers as a squad itself. I mean, South Carolina had a bunch of turnovers. They had 21 turnovers. Florida had 40 turnovers. I shouldn't say 40. They had 20 turnovers. But there was no mention of individual turnovers. You didn't hear about a mention of Liv McGill, who led the SEC in turnovers and is second in the country in turnovers. What you heard about Liv McGill was her averaging 25 points per basketball game. That's what you heard. No mention of her also taking 21 shots per game. You ain't hearing those things like that. What we saw towards the end of the game, you saw conversation talking. They did a whole video montage of what Joyce did in this basketball game. Joyce didn't play well at all. Joyce didn't play good at all. Joyce didn't play well at all in this game. Joyce played when her subpar games of the season. But she, like Cap, she still had 11 points. She had 10 rebounds. Yeah, she did. She also had 5 turnovers. She was 4 for 10 from the field, 3 for 5 for the free throw line. She played some good defense. But this wasn't Joyce Edwards. This wasn't the All-American. This wasn't the SEC Player of the Year that I'm projecting. No. Sometimes I listen to these telecasts, and it actually pissed me off. It really does. Because they shape the way you're supposed to think. Carolina did not play well. Carolina shot 34% from the field today. 34% from the field. Shot 24% from the three-point line. Shot 67.7% from the free throw line. This is not South Carolina women's basketball. This isn't a basketball team that was fifth in the country in offensive rating. Top 3 in field goal percentage. We couldn't buy a basket tonight. We couldn't. We still managed to win by 11 points. But we didn't play well. And anybody who say that we played well is crazy as hell. Not at all. Tessa played her worst game as a South Carolina Gamecock. But you see, she had 15 points, right? She had 15 points. She had 6 rebounds. Tessa was 4 for 16 from the field. Tessa was 3 for 11 from the three-point line. Tessa didn't play well, but you see 15 points? I would love. There was no scenario. There was no scenario where I thought that Tessa Johnson would take 11 three-pointers and only hit 3 of them. There was no scenario until I saw this today. Until I saw this mess today. We just couldn't shoot today. It happens, ladies and gentlemen. Not envision a situation where Joyce and Tessa, they standard, they combine for 8 for 26. 8 for 26 and win the basketball game without Tanaya Latson playing. It was crazy. This game was crazy. And it's just crazy. 21 turnovers. Coming into this basketball game, South Carolina was top 10 in fewest turnovers allowed. Top 10. 21 turnovers. We had 8 turnovers in the first quarter. We played raggedy basketball. And I know Dawn Staley is going to light them up today. I would hate to be in practice. Ooh. This was not good by the South Carolina women's basketball team. If I look at offensively and defensively, all in all, offensively and defensively for the South Carolina women's basketball team, the three-time national champions, Madina had an effective rate of 25. Now, you look at the stats again. Madina had 12 points and 17 rebounds, 5 for 11 from the field. Madina should have had about 16, 18 points because she missed some bunnies. But defensively, she was out freaking standing. Madina had 3 block shots and 5 steals in 24 minutes of play to go along with her 12 points and 17 rebounds. She was the best South Carolina Gamecock today. 25 effective. You cut that in half. We got the next player in terms of efficiency for South Carolina. Madina was 25. Next was Raven Johnson with 13. This is not the way I want our ladies to play. You're going to have games like this. Raven Johnson's efficiency was 13. You look at the numbers, 17 points, 6 rebounds, only 2 assists by Raven Johnson, who coming into this basketball game was top 5 in the SEC in terms of assists, top 15 in the country in terms of assists. She also had 4 turnovers. There is no game that I'm going to say Raven Johnson played well when she has an assist-turnover ratio of 2 assists and 4 turnovers. You know why? Because they was looking for Raven to be a scoring option today. She was the second scoring option today in the game today. She was. So you had more of Maddy playing the true point guard, and Maddy had 5 assists and led the basketball team in assists. Raven Johnson finished off with 17 points, 4 for 11 from the field, 1 for 3 from the three-point line. She didn't shoot great from the field nor from the three-point line by her standards, but she was terrific at the free throw line, 8 for 10. But you're not going to sit here and make me say that Raven played great. And I'm rocking her jersey. I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to do that. This Camp Will, we're going to keep it real. When we play great, I'm going to jump up and down. I'm going to party. I'm going to do all those games. But when we don't play well, we ain't. I ain't sugarcoating nothing today. We ain't doing that. Not at all. You had efficiency of Madina with 25. You had Raven with 13. You had Joyce with 12. Joyce don't do no 12 efficiency. Hell no. 11 points, 4 for 10 from the field, 3 for 5 from the free throw line, 10 rebounds. That's what's up. 4 fouls, 5 turnovers by Joyce Edwards, 2 blocks and 1 steal in 29 minutes of play. Joyce, coming into this basketball game, was averaging close to 3 turnovers per basketball game. Okay, so now Joyce this year has a very high usage rate. Now we are looking to Joyce to score the basketball, and she has been scoring the basketball. Today, she got a little nice in the fourth quarter, and she had 7 points. When you look at the stat line, like, okay, Joyce had a double-double, 11 points, 10 rebounds. But going into that fourth quarter, she only had 4 points. Okay, this was not the idea. She was so frustrated offensively. And 5 turnovers, that's not going to cut it by the standards of a Joyce Edwards. It ain't. It ain't. You're not going to be my SEC player of the year by having 5 turnovers. But she'll clean it up. She'll clean it up. But it just wasn't good. 21 turnovers by this basketball team. Joyce with 5. Madina with 3. Raven with 4. Agot with 3. Maddy with 3. Like, bruh. And then fourth, in terms of top performers, if you will, for the South Carolina women's basketball team, was Raven Johnson with effective efficiency of 10. 15 points, 6 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 block, 1 turnover. But the shooting was putrid for Tessa today. And I never thought I would say some mess like that. 3 for 11 from the field. Let me say that one more time. 3 for 11 from the three-point line, 4 for 16 from the field. She couldn't buy a basket today. It really couldn't. South Carolina won the basketball game by 11 points. We had 26 offensive rebounds. That is great. Going into the basketball game, we were top 10 in the country in offensive rebounds. The problem was we get offensive rebound and we couldn't make the shot. 34% from the field for the three-time national champions. 13 for 29 in layups. Nah, bro. Florida took away the fast breaks. We only had 7 fast break points in this game. There was no threat of losing this basketball game. Make no mistake about it, okay? We did not play well. And Florida probably, I ain't gonna say Florida played great themselves. They capitalized on us playing terrible, but Florida shot horrible themselves. They shot 34% and 17% from the three-point line themselves. They shot 88% from free throw line, but they didn't play well. And there, Liv McGill, what did she finish up with? Liv McGill had 18 points, 7 for 17 from the field, 1 for 6 from the three-point line, 3 for 3 from the free throw line, 7 rebounds, 3 assists, 4 turnovers, which is a norm. She averaged about 5 turnovers per game, so I guess that's a little less than that. 1 block, 3 steals. She averaged about 4 steals because she gambles a lot, and she played 36 minutes of play. But 18 efficiency, that's okay. That's all right. I expected, O'Neal, number 8, Shaq's daughter, to play better than what she played. She had an effective rate of 9. Going into this basketball game, I thought she was their best all-around basketball player coming into the game, averaging 14 points, 8 rebounds. What are you talking about? Liv McGill is a sensation. She's having 25 points. Come on. She shoots 26% from 3 while taking 7 of them. She take 21 shots. Miss me with that stuff. But O'Neal, with her 8 points, only 2 rebounds, 1 for 6 from 3, 2 for 7 from the field. She didn't play well at all. South Carolina won the basketball game. That's the biggest thing for us. And we won by double digits. We should have won by 25 points. If we played our normal basketball in terms of field goal percentage, 2-point percentage, and 3-point percentage, we would have blew Florida Slam out, but we did not. And this is the outcome that you have. Everybody can beat everybody when you can't put the ball in the basket. And that's what happened today. We couldn't put the ball in the basket. Let's go through a few comments. And again, thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. I know a lot of folks are going to be watching LSU versus Vanderbilt. I'm going to be watching it too. Let's keep it real. I'm going to be watching that basketball game as well because I'm going to report about those outcomes in my other show. But we're talking Gamecock women's basketball right now. Michelle Malone, what's up, girl? That was not South Carolina women's basketball today. It sure was not. It was not our level of basketball by any stretch of the imagination. None. It was uncomfortable to watch. Very uncomfortable to watch this game. It was. And we won. My homeboy Chuck Bailey spit the truth, C-Dub. Let's go. Too many turnovers. Way too many turnovers today. What's up, brother? And K. Ugly game win. There's going to be days like this, but to play poorly and still win by 11 points shows how good this team is. I'll take it. What's up, fam? I agree with you. It's going to be games like this where we don't play well. It's going to be games where we can't put the ball in the basket, and that was definitely a game that we could not put the ball in the basket, and we still came out with a dub. We still came out and won by 11 points. Everybody came out healthy. That is great. Hopefully tonight I'll be playing on Thursday, and we can move on. You know, get this bad juju out of here. Oh my goodness. Get on the plane and come on back to Columbia. I always see no boy of Florida. Not at all. Pop Vintageous. I love that name. Pop Vintageous. The bigs were not there, but they played better defense. I mean, hell, nobody was there. Nobody. The bigs. And we talking about straight up offensively. The bigs or the smalls wasn't there. When you shoot 34%, I ain't patting nobody on the back. If we look at statistically and analytically, you know, we say that Madina had a great game, 12 points and 17 rebounds. We can say that. She had a great game. Shout out to her on that. She had 5 steals. Great. 3 blocks. That's great. But, I mean, here's the deal, y'all. If you are bigger than most people, you're supposed to do that, okay? What impressed me about Madina is her hustle up and down the court. That's what impressed me. You know, being quick to the ball, making some of those things. Madina does not impress me by she getting the ball 2 feet in and score. That don't impress me. You're supposed to. If you 6'6" and a 1, that's what's supposed to happen. What pissed me off sometimes is when she's 6'6" and the person guarding you 6'1", 6'2", and you miss the bunny. That's what irritates me. That's what made me want to jump through the screen. You know, because I don't care if she's second in the conference in field goal percentage. She's supposed to because she's bigger than most of the people. When she stepped out and hit a 12-footer and a jumper, that like, yo, that's what's up. That's what I want to see. Make the easy shots easy. Make it routine. But you know, Raven getting 17 points, that was great in terms of the number of 17 points. 4 for 11, that's not a great number. That's 33, 34%. 1 for 3 from the 3-point line, that's 33% from the 3. 8 for 10 from the free throw line, that's 80%. Shout out to that. I love that. 4 turnovers, that's not Raven Johnson. No. We don't want that. But our bigs, I mean, come on. Madina played 24 minutes. Adhel only played 6 minutes. And here's a trip. The 6 minutes that Adhel played was actually effective minutes. 3 points, couple of rebounds. 3 points, 3 rebounds. 6 minutes. She ain't played much. Dauda ain't played much. She only played, 10 minutes? Our bigs didn't play much at all. And it's weird saying that because Madina is in foul trouble, but Dawn went to a smaller lineup because they didn't trust the bigs. But I didn't like this game at all. Ayla was off. She was off. She had 3 fouls, 4 points, 0 for 3 from the field. A guy who'd been playing so well the last 2 basketball games in terms of efficiency, just finished off with 5 points, 2 for 7 from the field, 1 for 3 from 3, 0 for 1, free throw line, 4 rebounds, 3 turnovers, 1 block, 2 steals. It just seems like to me sometimes we just playing too damn fast and we get so many turnovers. I don't like that. I want to play with pace, but we're going to get a bunch of turnovers like this basketball game. We slow that thing down. We slow it down. We play more deliberate. Play more deliberate. If you're better than the basketball team, like we are better than Florida, I better know we're better than Florida. We played horrible and we still won by 11 points. Tripped me out. Robert Harrington, great win, Gamecocks. Hey, Captain Will, what's up, fam? Adam Ritter, if we play like that against Texas, we will lose. Yeah, of course. If we play like that against Texas, we'll lose by 30 points. But also, if Texas plays like us, you know, I mean, if you can't shoot, and today we couldn't shoot, you are supposed to lose. You're supposed to lose. When Tennessee beat UConn last year, Tennessee scored, UConn shot like 30-some%, and they lost the basketball game. We shot 34% and still won by 11 points. Here's the thing. We won't shoot 34% against Texas. We won't. That ain't going to happen. We're going to have some games like this. Hopefully we don't have a game like this anytime in the near future. 34%, 24% from 3 while shooting 21 of them. I guarantee you, Tessa Johnson is not going to shoot no 3 for 11 from 3-point line again this year. It ain't going to happen. It was some weird stuff that was going on. I don't know what the girls ate. I don't know if they stayed up late watching HGTV. I don't know what was going on, but this game for us offensively was horrific. It wouldn't be much better on Thursday. It would. Vander TM, F1M. I think Raven also did well scoring. She did well at the free throw line, shooting 8 for 10 from the free throw line. 4 for 11. You ain't going to convince me. That's great. 1 for 3 for 3. That is not going to convince me. But from the free throw line, she knocked down the shots, and she's shooting over 80% from the free throw line this year. That is great. That is great. And I mean, back-to-back games where Raven Johnson was carrying the scoring load for the South Carolina women's basketball team. So shout out to that, because she's showing a different dimension than what was shown over a previous, 3 years of basketball. And I ain't gonna talk about the first year because y'all know she tore up her knee early in the season. That year don't count. That year don't count. Javon Jones, what's up, fam? If Florida would have made their shots, South Carolina would have lost. This was a game. If Florida would have shot 45% from the field, we would have lost this basketball game. We would have. But also, if we would have shot 40% from the field, we would have won by 20. So it's a lot of this and that. We shot horrific. We shot bad on every level. On every level, we shot bad. Free throws, threes, and field goal percentage. But we still managed to win the basketball game by 11 points. Because defensively, we played well. If you hold a basketball team in Florida under 20% from 3, 30-some% from the field, and you almost double in rebounds, you playing well on that end. Just offensively, we really didn't. Deborah Kibbe, hey, Captain, be watching from the allure of the seas in the middle of the Caribbean. That's what's up. Hey, and have a great time. Do a shot on me. Allure of the seas. Hey, when me and wifey we went on our cruise during a couple weeks ago, our Christmas trip, and I was so overjoyed when we was able to watch both of the games. I was so happy that we could watch it. Now the internet sucked, even though I paid for the package. So Norwegian Cruise Line, I paid for the extra internet package. And I still couldn't do my show. So I got some situations. I need to call corporate. I got a problem with that. But in terms of watching the game, was able to watch the games while we was on the cruise. So, Deborah Kibbe, glad you was able to watch the games. Jonathan McQueen, what's up, bro? I'll take the win, but that was a sloppy game. Happy New Year, Captain. Go Gamecocks. Time to get healthy. We need Latson. What's up, fam? Show you right. Sloppy. First quarter, I tweeted it out. And I know I'm going to tweet a lot on because you got a lot of cats who tweet a lot during the games and a lot of the media folks who tweet. And sometimes, like, I be tripping because they be tweeting after and during the commercial. But if you watch the game, I don't need to know, oh, such and such had 4 points. Such and such got 3 points. Such and such. If I'm watching the game, I know what's up. I don't need you to tweet about it. But sometimes I get caught in that stuff too. So it is what it is. Just sloppy. But Happy New Year. And then, everybody, Happy New Year. When do you stop saying Happy New Year? That is a question that I would like to address. It's January the 4th. Do you stop saying Happy New Year January the 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th? When do you stop saying it? I don't know. When do you stop saying Happy New Year? That's a good question. Time to get healthy. Yeah, Latson. Today was a game that we needed Latson because we're going to buy a bucket. And Latson is a bucket getter. Previous game, we didn't need Latson. Our shots was falling. We shot over 50% for the field. Today, we need some tonight Latson to get to the free throw line, shoot over 50%. We needed that. We didn't have that. Against the quality basketball teams, we're going to need Taniyah Latson for sure. She makes the game so much easier for Joyce. She makes the game so much easier for Madina. That is a fact. She is one of the best basketball players in the country, and we miss her. Please, Lord, please get her back on there healthy. JB, I can't say anything. I can't say I liked anything other than Raven scoring. Raven gets 17 points to school. We're getting 17 points to school. I didn't like the 4 turnovers. And I'm always going to talk about turnovers. I like the scoring. That is legitimately Raven Johnson scoring 17 points in this basketball game is the only thing I liked in this game. I'm with you on that one. Now, overall, her game today, wasn't a big fan. Played all right. Played okay. If she would have had 1 turnover instead of 4 turnovers, I'd be jumping up and down. But she had 4. No. We won't do that. McKinley said we missed bunnies all day. We sure did. We're 13 for 29 in layups. I'm gonna rewatch the game tomorrow. Well, we did. We missed bunnies. We missed open layups. We missed shots that we normally would get. It wasn't fun. This was not a fun game to watch. If you are a South Carolina fan, this was like, are you serious, bro? That's how I felt watching this game. It's like, oh, this is what we doing? Like, you just spoiling my Sunday afternoon with this mess. If you are, here's the deal. Y'all been rocking me for 3 years now, going on 3.5 years now. If Carolina loses but plays well, I'm a happy man. Because if you lose while you play well, then the other team does better. I'm not that type cat. Oh my God. We're not supposed to lose any basketball games. The team play better, and the team is better, and you lose, cool. But when you don't play well and you lose, I got a problem with that. That's in any sport. A game like today, where we did not play well at all, but still won by 11 points, it's not like I'm happy jumping up and down. That's why we ain't do no Cheetos today. We ain't do no Resposado. We ain't do no chocolate Crown Royal today for shot o'clock. Hell no, you doing some wine. That's what we did. Wine. So that's all that I deserve today is a little bit of shot of wine. Now ain't no hard liquor. I wish I had some White Claw, a Corona, some what's that thing? What's some mess they gave us in Big Brother house? Some Good Daddy or some whatever fake beer they gave us. That's what we deserve today. We don't celebrate inferior mess. And that's what went on today with the South Carolina women's basketball team. It's not often that I have a podcast like this right here. It's not often whatsoever. Maybe 1 out of 100. Yeah, probably 1 out of 100 podcasts I say like this right here, where I feel this type of way, even after winning by 11 points. I just don't like the way the Gamecocks played today. So I am ranting today. That's what I'm doing. I know good for sure we're going to play much better on Thursday. I know that for sure. And then we'll play much better on Sunday against Georgia. I know that. I know we just got to get this bad juju out the system. I mean, it happened. It happened. It happens. But it's, Gamecocks got to do better. Florida got a decent basketball team. This is their second team they play in quadrant 1. Can we say something about the refs? The refs sucked. The refs was terrible. Terrible. Horrible. Bad referees today. They shouldn't get paid. Shouldn't get paid. Nope. And I'm just not saying it just because I'm a Carolina fan. I thought they sucked on the Florida end too. I mean, I'm watching replays just like y'all was watching. Some of these fouls, they call them fouls. I don't know what was going on. That was no foul. We got a couple of situations today where we got some calls where we shouldn't have got them. And Florida got some calls that they shouldn't have got. I didn't like that mess today. I did not. No, I wasn't a fan whatsoever. Wasn't a fan. Make sure, we got 280 people watching me right now. Make sure you subscribe to Ballin with Captain Will. Ballin with Captain Will, covering all SEC women's basketball. Y'all check that out. Make sure y'all check that out. Thank you all for tuning in and chiming in and vibing with your man Captain Will today. Florida had 20 turnovers themselves. 20 turnovers. 34% from the field. 17% from the three-point line. Wow. They couldn't buy nothing either. Was this the ugliest game that we watched all year? I think so. I think this was the ugliest game on both ends. Florida was 16 for 26 from the layups themselves. Not like they did much on that end themselves. They had 12 offensive rebounds. We had 26. God, we could have finished those offensive rebounds. We'd have won by 20 plus points. 20 plus points. But you know what, man? We won. We did win. We did win this game. And we will move on and we will play much better. And Joyce got to play better. She got to cut down the turnovers. Because when you play better basketball teams, when we play Texas, we got a player like Madison Booker who gets a lot of steals. You have to, play better. Mill Dog, you got to give Florida credit. They never gave up. It was a defensive battle. I mean, thank you for coming. Thank you, But, I mean, I just keep it real. They never gave up. They did not give up. We missed a ton of shots that we normally would hit. We played down to Florida today. If we played Florida in 2 weeks, we'll beat Florida by 30. Because I know for damn sure we wouldn't shoot no 30-some%. If we play Florida in the SEC tournament, we're gonna beat the brakes off Florida. Okay? But today, the game was close. We won by 11 points. REGTYL. I haven't seen the girls play this bad in a while. I have not seen our South Carolina women's basketball team, the three-time national champions, play this bad in a long time. A long time. Now, we've lost some games where we played ungood, but we didn't play bad. We played bad today, y'all. Bad. Film study is not going to be kind to these young ladies. Mr. South Carolina bred Gullah accent. You know what? You should turn in your South Carolina women's basketball Gamecocks homer card. You said South Carolina win 25 to 0 easy. You might fool these South Carolina fans all the time rhetoric, but game recognized game. None of that time. What's up, man? Here's the deal. South Carolina is way better than Florida. You know that. I know that. South Carolina also played horrifically bad today and still won by 11 points. I just said that if we play Florida again, we'll win by 30. There is nothing on Florida's basketball team that South Carolina can't handle. When we shoot 34% from the field and 20-some% from the three-point line and 60-some% from the free throw line, we're going to play like this. You transfer that number to our average. Our overall average is shooting over 50% from the field, shooting, top 3 in field goal percentage, top 5 in 2-point percentage, 11th in 3-point percentage. We shot bad, okay? So, homer, of course I'm a South Carolina fan. I've been rocking with South Carolina forever, for sure. I mean, come on. But I'm going to keep it real. We play bad. I'm going to say we play bad. I ain't going to sit up here and lie to y'all. But I'm also going to sit up here and lie and say that Florida is a world beater. We played horrible, and we still beat them by double digits. Let's keep it real now. Rover said too many unforced turnovers. For sure. Ernest Boy, what's up, my guy? Our Gamecocks played like they were tired, but they got the win. Understand you can't be on top of your game every day. The turnovers are ridiculous. Madina needs another year of college ball. Let's break down what you said, my brother. Gamecocks played like we're tired. Gamecocks played like they were getting old. How can I say? Let me say this correctly. South Carolina, I believe, took Florida lightly. I think they took them lightly. These are still kids. It's hard sometimes to get up for every game. I don't think they got it for this game whatsoever. I don't. I think they're going to beat the brakes off. We play Arkansas on Thursday. I think we might win by 1,000 on Thursday. I really do. You're going to see some running the gun, and you're going to see some transition. You're going to see everything that we should have did today, but did not do. I believe that we did not play well, and we can say that for a number of reasons. I don't know the insights of why we didn't play well. I just know we couldn't put the ball in the basket. The turnovers were crazy. This was an anomaly. Over 16 basketball games, South Carolina's top 10 in the country in fewest turnovers per game. So you're going to have some games where you're going to have a bunch of turnovers. In this basketball game, we had 21 turnovers, okay? So it's going to be another game. That's why you do that law of averages where Carolina's going to have a bunch of turnovers. And in this game, we sure did, right? Madina needs another year of college ball. Yes, she needs another year of college ball. She needs another year of just basketball. Madina has been playing basketball for 5 years. 5, which sounds crazy when you say that out loud. You got most of these young ladies out there playing today has been playing basketball for 15, 17 years. Madina has been playing basketball for 5 years. I have grandsons who started playing basketball when they were 4 and 5. Madina started playing basketball as a late teen. First off, we got to congratulate on how fast she has mastered the art of basketball. But yeah, she just needs more basketball experience. She still finished off with 12 points and 17 rebounds. Let's keep it real. VV2 Doom, coach was testing the bench. In one rotation, I didn't see an upperclassman. It was Maddy, Ayla, Agot, Joyce, and Adhel. That was true. That is true. There's a lot of different combinations going on with this basketball team. Dawn is still playing with this roster. And you got a Diamond and Alicia who will be playing real soon, which is another situation in its own. Still tweaking this roster. And you're going to be tweaking this roster because Tanaya is not there. You take 29 minutes out the basketball game with Tanaya Latson, you got to figure out what to do with it. So you kind of tweaking and seeing what's going on. It's going to make the young ladies much better as the season goes on, because you have players like Maddy. Maddy played 33 minutes in this basketball game. 33 minutes. And played, real talk, the true point guard today. Real talk. And we'll see how that goes. What happens next? There will always be games like this as long as it doesn't happen late in the season. You're absolutely right. You are absolutely right. Javon Jones, that's why I mess with Cat and Will. Keep it real. What's up, guy? Chuck Bailey. It's all real over here, Javon. You know it, man. The damn Ram. Hey, Cap, congrats on balling. I think today was a bad day at the office, but we got the dub and the offense be better. I'm worried about Madina. Love her, but she seems to be struggling. Thoughts? I think that, well, here's the deal. And thank you for rocking with Balling with Captain Will, for sure. We have transitioned to SEC play. It's a different style of play. And now, obviously, she played with Mississippi State last season, so she's not oblivious to it. But she is still learning the game of basketball. I think the ceiling is so high for her. I really do. That's why, just mentioned talking about her coming back another year, if it's allowed. She would definitely, if she's able to come back to South Carolina and play another year, it will help her tremendously before she goes to the WNBA. For her to be playing 5 years of basketball and projected to be a first-round pick in WNBA draft, first off, is insane. That is crazy. But you are projecting potential when you look at the WNBA, and she is definitely a potential type player. Look for her to be dominant on Thursday. With the average basketball teams, average and below average basketball teams, she is nasty. With good basketball teams, you get more so like we're having today. You're going to see some ups and downs, some goods and some bads with her. Adam Ritter, we got to improve our foul shooting. We do. Yeah, we got to improve our foul shooting. 67% for tonight isn't going to cut it. But we've also won a championship while shooting 60-some% from the foul line. It is. I don't even know what to say. I don't even know how to analyze that stat. Jomama 61 GG. Thank you for being a member. We just seem like we're not focused today. Too many turnovers. This was an ugly win. I agree with you completely. Just too unfocused. Just ungood. Just ungood. Too ungood. What happens next? I disagree, Captain. This is a learning game. Just because we used to seeing South Carolina in the Final Four doesn't mean a particular team is at the standard. Yeah, it's all good. Dawn will get them better. Learning game? No. I disagree with you. We sucked. We didn't play well. We didn't play good. We played bad. We played a better basketball team. We would have lost this basketball game because of how poorly we played. It's not. Here's the thing. It's not a shame if you lose basketball games. If you shoot 30-some% from the field, you are supposed to lose. You ain't supposed to win. But we won. I don't want to learn like that. I want to learn by playing at your best and still losing. Or at least playing at your above average. But when you don't learn by sucking. I don't learn. When I failed tests in school, when I didn't study, I didn't learn nothing from doing poorly. I guess I did learn. I learned that my ass need to study. That's what I learned. So maybe that's what they need to learn. They need to make sure they are prepared every time they come out on the court. But we are used to South Carolina going to the Final Four. And we're used to South Carolina going to the Final Four every year because of the standing that's there. And the standing that's there was not no crap that was there today. Emily, Chris says, hi, Cam Will. What's up? What is up? What's happening next, Cam Will? When McGill looked at the camera, she was staring at you. Yeah, she probably was, because I was going on a rant talking about Liv McGill yesterday. I was. So it's all good. It is all good. Here's the deal. Carolina will be better on Thursday, and we will move on. With that being said, this concludes another episode of Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will. I am your man, Captain Will. Make sure you like, make sure you share, and make sure you subscribe. The Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will as I continue to bring that gospel Gamecocks every single day. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you are now rocking with the best. And since you're rocking with the best, come rock with your man, Captain Will.